Okay, let's see if we got this working here. Great. A few minutes live here. If you're gonna watch this, replay when it finally hits public and stuff, um, that's fine. You're gonna have to wait a minute or two because people take time to show up in here, um, that are members. So I have to leave it on a little bit, and so you could, fast forward if you need to get into what we're gonna talk about and stuff. I'll probably wait till somebody shows up. Um, just to let you know, okay? We're gonna be talking about how to buy a home with cash, and maybe you don't have any cash. How would you get the cash? That's what we're gonna talk about, okay? So, if somebody comes in, if anyone's in here, please, alright, so Matt is here. Good, I got a 1. Sweet. Alright, Matt. 1 is good. I got 2 minutes until 7, so if you got anything on your mind, I'll touch on it, but I'm gonna get into, I kinda wanna pick a topic for, um, each time we do this, but if somebody has something going on, um, that's fine too. We can talk about because you're paid, members, and I wanna help you if I can. Okay, Matt, glad you made it. Uh, I think I'm gonna wait till I get it really into this topic until it hits 7. I'm happy you're here. Um, let's see what we got else here. Um, oh, here's do you file 0 tax return on your person every year? I never file a tax return for my person, ever. I just don't ever file one. But there could be, and we're gonna go into that in this, but that's actually a great lead-in question. I like that because people are like, "Oh, well, then how do you get a house or whatever?" You know what I mean? Um, and that's why I wanna talk about this. That's a great leading question. So, no, I don't file a tax return for my person. I don't have any assets or anything, any income stream, a bank account. I don't have anything in the person's name. I just don't have anything. I have a EBT card in the person's name. That doesn't nothing to file there, you know? I got free phone. I got, you know, stuff like that I have for the person that, doesn't you don't report about, but you take their free money or whatever. So I don't do that. But, alright, the 7, uh, they don't ask for your tax returns to get the no, no. For government benefits? Absolutely not. No, 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 that never comes up. No, 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 not for anything. Nothing I've ever heard of or applied for, no, uh-uh. It could maybe, some things maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it could come up. And that's a good, uh, question, though, because, uh, I'll just start to get into it because it's 7, okay? So, we were gonna do I'm happy to talk about whatever, and that's what I said to Matt, "Hey, if you have something on your mind, we'll talk about that because 'cause you're in here and I wanna help you." But I just picked a topic to buy, for each, time we go live so that we have a topic, to go over that I think is useful in case somebody doesn't have something pressing on the whole time up in here. But that's, a good lead in to what we're gonna talk about. So let's say, "Oh, I wanna buy a house." You know what I mean? Uh, meaning most people, when they say that, means you don't have any money to buy a house, you're gonna have to go borrow the money, mortgage, a death sentence, more right? Death. Um, so you're gonna go get a death sentence and then pay it back. Okay. So, well, first of all, if you want a free place, go over to my work over at christianministriestrust.net. I got proof over there how to get a free house. So, but this isn't about that. This is about how to get a house with cash. Okay. So you're like, how would I get a house? Okay. Really, let's go over one simple aspect of the overview, the simplest way. Okay. So you have a person, you can have a trust. I recommend you have at least, you have to have a person. I recommend you have a trust, but you probably need a couple trusts, right? So to do what I'm talking about. Okay. You're always going to want to have one trust that you're never going to mess up ever. You know what I mean? You're just never going to mess it up. Hold on, let me turn this music down. Hold on. Sorry about that. Uh, so you're always going to have a trust you never want to mess it up. And the trust I would recommend never messing up is your first and last name trust. You know, I wouldn't mess that one up ever. I have bank accounts for it, and uh, you know, if it has a credit profile, maybe don't mess it up. Just never mess it up. Never mess up that trust, its credit profile, anything like that. Don't mess up credit with it. Just don't do that. You can create another trust if you want to, give it a credit profile to mess it up. So if you want to buy in a house for cash, I recommend, build up credit for your person, build up credit for a trust, um, as many credit cards as you can get. You know what I mean? Like go through the training on how to do that and all that. It comes, with the trust information, the McKeg Mastery Trust Funnel. Anyway, how to build up credit for your trust or anything. So you build it up for your person, you build it up for your trust. Um, it can be several $100,000 worth of credit. If you really, you know, build the credit for your person and your trust for, a couple of years, you really build that credit, really build the credit. And even let's say you have bad credit, you can spend a couple years pre-building, like, a bunch of accounts you can get for your trust that have meaning, like build a solid foundation, even if your personal credit score is like total crap. You still build a useful credit profile for your trust. In the meantime, even if you have terrible personal credit, so that when your personal credit gets better, you're like ready to roll, and you can move faster, and higher credit limits for your trust. So, you want to build as many credit cards, unsecured debt of any kind, not just credit cards, but like if you can get an unsecured line of credit, yeah, you know. So you're getting these funds, and then you're gonna need to access the credit as cash or whatever. So you're gonna need to turn it into cash. That those credit cards, and this is a pre-planned event. You know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, I picked out a house I want. I got enough credit. You're gonna have a bunch of extra credit because you might not get every penny of the credit limit. And there's some restrictions that can make it hard to get cash out of credit cards. They know. Smart people should be doing this. They know that. But for example, you could buy gold coins on eBay, ship them right to your house, right down to the coin dealer, get cash or a certified check. It's just, a gold US minted Liberty is can be any currency. Even if they change the currency, oh, we're not using dollars, but now we're using, whatever. That thing is still going to be worth, as much as it's worth, that gold coin, whatever. So it's also a good, they're physically small, so it's a good storage mechanism if you're concerned about banking and whatnot. but it's a good way to hold it, and then you can just go turn it into cash, put it in your trust account, first and last name trust, and you can also, you know, send it through other entities, through a payment gateway and stuff like that, into a bank account, like do donations through a payment gateway. Some don't allow it, but like PayPal, right? You know, whatever you got, Etsy, eBay, payment gateways that accept a credit card, and you can send it, through your setup account to you, because your trust doesn't have to match the name of that payment gateway to have that in another name, like your person or, uh, maybe your person drops it into a trust account, maybe, another trust has an account, stuff like that. So anyway, you got to build up enough credit, a couple hundred grand or whatever, right? You got your eye on a house, line of credit, credit cards, stuff like that. Do the plan, you know, knock over the house of cards that you built, get the funds, get all the cash, put it in your first and last name trust account, can't be taken out of there. That's on the person. So build up a mountain of cash and then go buy a home. You see, it's really not that complex. And this is, I wanted to talk about this, right? Because this is good timing for this. You know what I mean? Like, you can be building your credit massively while they're raising interest rates, right? Crashing the economy, same thing. Um, and so they're going to tank real estate prices. They're going to go down, and they're also going to make it, because people are going to lose their jobs, and so they're going to make it hard to get a loan. So that's going to drive down the price of real estate, and it's also going to make it harder, you know, to get a loan, even if you could, right? So cash is going to talk in the big coming planned recession. You follow me? And if you've built enough credit for that moment where, like, oh, real estate's crashed to the bottom, everybody's getting foreclosed on. There's a house I can afford. I'm gonna, destroy my credit, get the cash, go buy. This takes time to do, but you learn a lot as you do it, and you have complete control of it. It's not like uh, it's out of your control. I hope the mortgage application goes through and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I give this example because here I am sitting in a place that I did this with. Seriously, um, it's a mobile home in Florida that uh, is on a community lot that the trust doesn't own. The trust just owns as a title for what I'm sitting in right here. Florida is different too. I might not live in a mobile home in any other place, but I'm outside every day. You know what I mean? I'm at the beach. This was planned to not have that much. And they have a lot of communities like this in Florida. This one's 55 and up, which is great because the the monthly rent is really reasonable. It's like 700. What used to be like 500 when I got here, but now it's like 700. So this is all right. Hey, Gold Greenery Farm Inc. Nice. Um, so welcome. Oh, Kelly. Hey. All right, Kelly. You made it. Good. Fantastic. Kelly. She's a smart one. She's doing some work. She helps other people. That's nice. Glad you made it. So I was trying to go over this again. That's kind of like the brief overview of how to pre-plan, right? Even if you got poor personal credit right now, you can still be. I got my trust. I got a trust account open. I'm ready to put the cash in there. I'm building up, all the all the credit uh, profile of the trust, net 30s and blah blah blah. Like each tier you're building takes no personal guarantee. They're not even looking at your personal credits, but if you build that credit profile and it's there for some time, and you go to get, like, your business credit cards, so massively higher credit limits if you do that work. Doesn't matter what your personal credit score is, you still have to have that foundation of the credit, it's all in the information, but I mean, this is a way you can pre-plan to buy a house for cash. No problem, right? It's good too if you have a, partner you're in partnership with someone in it because they got a person too. So you could easily do it with 2 persons, get some more money. You could also not wreck, one of the persons and keep it good. And, like, I don't mess up where I bank, you know what I mean? Like, their credit cards, I mess up everywhere else, who cares, right? You're not banking with them, so whatever. So I don't mess up with Chase. I also don't mess up with Amex either because 'cause they're so easy to get into that and they block you out. Once you don't pay credit cards with Amex, they never let you back in. They just don't unless you pay them back every nickel. Um, but no other, credit card issuer does that, so and they can get a bunch of credit cards reporting quickly. With Amex, not they don't report to your business very well, but your person, right? You wanna get that in the game with high credit limits, when you can, as soon as you can, when your credit, for your person is good again whenever, right? So, I don't mess up Amex and I don't mess up Chase. I don't. They're the biggest credit issuers, so if you're good with them, Amex gets you in early, later you can get with Chase, get all these freaking credit cards, you know what I mean? Make a great credit profile, never mess up with them, and so the next time you're in, you know, if you try and fix your credit, you're in quicker. If you don't try and fix your credit, yeah, 7 years later, you're doing the whole thing again, whatever, right? I mean, what's credit for anyway? I don't once you have messed up credit for a while, and I have had it a bunch of times pre-planned, I'm like, get tired of fighting or whatever. And, but it comes around again and you're like, "Okay, I'll just" you know, each time you do it, like, I have to really focus and get more of their money, like, next time. It really because each time you do this, you get a lot more money if you get better at this, from them. It's not illegal to do this. None of this is illegal. None of what I'm talking about is illegal, none of that. No. You're getting credit, whatever. I teach how to do that. It's not illegal to not pay him back. Oh, I didn't. I plan to pay him back, and now I can't. It's the American way. Whoops. You know. So that's all legal should do. Some people just don't have the Constitution for some things. But I mean, I am physically sitting in a place that I literally did that with. So next time, something else. The crossroads is coming where they're like, let's trash the economy and bring down home prices and stuff, and then we'll reset it after some time. And we'll come out the heroes again after our planned mess up. If it doesn't go up and down, they can't make much money. So one of two things is going to happen. Okay, used to say the only one thing can happen, right? They're going to crash it. Now they have a new game, right? Second, and you're already preparing this if you're doing this anyway. The second game is PPP EIDL, right? PPP 666. If you turn it upside down, you get their 666 money. So they could do that again. That had never happened before, and no one thought it was a possibility or even thought of it. But they're like, we're going to give you all this money and everything's fine again. There's only 10 years left, so you could see how they could drag this out a little bit and then they're like, oh, we had a new, you know, savior, slave master, manager, oh, president, I mean. And they could, be like, oh, we're going to go back to the stimulus thing. And that would mean a whole bunch of cash, but home prices are going to go through the roof again if they do that. So if they do that, you would have wanted if this is a game, your mindset, I want to get buy house for cash. You know what I mean? If that's what we're talking about. I'm not saying this is a great idea to do. I did it, you know, I kinda like the idea myself, you know? But, your plan for every best outcome, if you plan because you see if you're planning to build a place, buy a place for cash and wreck everything, you're just building great credit out there, you're not using your, like, I'm building New York City at a credit card, you know? Well, then you're set up if they go PPP or EIDL, you're setting up for your trust and you're setting up for your person, you know, cha-ching, give me the cash, and take it. Yeah. Then, you can see if, hey, maybe I can afford something right now. Boom, and you buy it, right? That's the second because you're pre-planned. You know, uh, everybody's gonna take whatever time they take, and the whole price is just gonna go through the roof over time, right? But if you buy right then when they give it out, whole prices are so low from the trash economy, and you're like, boom, I picked one out, I bought it, boom. You know what I mean? And you want to save some cash left over, maybe to, maybe some, just in case you got to pay some credit cards or whatever. But you could keep your credit good that way if they show up with a PPP at 666 if it's enough money. If it's not, it'd be like, thanks for the boost, trash it all, boom, add them together, you know, cashola. So cash talks in real estate game. Not so much when, everybody's got cash and prices are through the roof with PPP, but when everyone doesn't have cash, like now and really coming up, unless they do more stimulus, oh, cash is king. I can't give you that 250, but I could give you the 170. You know what I mean, or whatever. You shop around. Who wants some money today? That's what you have. Here you go. And then when everybody's getting foreclosed and everything, they get working out prices. Well, my working out price is bill. Let's see if they'll go for it. Cash is king. You see, you're not like your credit don't matter. So this is that discussion about using cash to buy a house, planning for the, you know, next, oh, down. Oh, we're going to save you. Who knows? Right? But either way, asset prices are coming down. That's for sure. And you're going to want to tighten lending. So you really got to, be on your game about getting credit. Lending meaning, oh, we're not going to give out mortgages as easy, credit cards and stuff like that. So you really got to make some effort at build and stuff. You can do it still, then just tighten it, but all my methods are still gonna work. So you wanna do them and prepare. You follow me? Like, to prepare for can't you see what they're doing? They're gonna trash it again. Or they're gonna trash it, save it, or just trash it and then later we'll just we got all the money in the world, literally. We don't care about you peons and just wreck things that come in a little later. Oh, we saved you. However they're gonna save us, whether short term or long term. We don't know, but this is a way to set up, and like, okay, my credit's golden. This is the 30 days we're gonna do it in. You push one domino and off you go. And I set up. I posted this in a forum in the classroom about uh, that Excel sheet I put in there, like what do you call that? Anyway, Excel sheet about how to keep information in different columns on when they report and stuff. Because what you want to do would kick the dominoes over, right? You're like, okay, this one reports on the second, so on the third, you take all their money, or the third through the eighth or whatever, right? And then you get 30 days. You take it here, everything good. And who's next, right? Like, so everything's going to start to report negative is them, right? So, but that you don't want to do all this stuff of trying to get everything through payment gateways and gold coins, and you know what I mean? Whatever you can do. You don't want to do all of that in like 3 days. It's not going to happen. You want to do it over 30 days, like really plan. Oh, shoot, that card's not letting me do this. You're gonna have to call them and be like, oh yeah, that was me. I made that charge. That was yeah, that was me. You know, Like, "Oh, okay, just checking." "Hey, oh, totally, yeah, that was me, yeah. You're getting near your limit." "Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm not there yet. So thank you." But no, yeah, that was me. I made those purchases. Your credit, your personal credit, what is so great? The business credit is so great. You know what I mean? They have lagging indicators. So, but some will just chop you. You know, like Amex will just be like, "We reduced your uh, credit limits." You know, they're gonna see, even if it's not reported, they're gonna see, "Oh my god, you're wildly out of character, and obviously you're gonna try to take our money." You know, so some get wise and cut you off, some don't. That's why have extra credit, you know, that you can go for. And this is what people with money are doing. Um, they're just doing it on a larger scale. So the more you do this, the better you get at it. You can scale up every time. You get used to the pattern of, when to take the money and stuff. In the beginning, our programming is so heavy. It's like, oh, I'm messing up credit and stuff. Like, I watch this, I watch different YouTube channels to see what the horrible, you know, overlords are sending us as, you know, people telling us stuff. What's this one credit card channel, Houston stuff? This guy has a really weird voice. Super annoying. I can't listen to it that much, but he came out with a video lately. Hey, I'm not telling you to mess up your credit. You know what I mean? You should pay back your credit. He was like for real going on about like that's a good app. Maybe I should do one of this. No, but I mean, the reason you're building this credit is, of course, what to get 1% off on purchases and do all this tracking of freaking credit cards. That's a pain in the, that's a pain in the neck. Like, who would do that? Marvin. All right, Marvin. I'm talking about buying a house for cash. And, you can rewatch what you missed after a while. But if you have any, I just pulled a topic, to talk about. I thought that was relevant and the different issues. But if someone has something else on their mind, I'm happy to jump into it. So, don't feel like you're chopping my flow because you're doing the membership thing, and that it means you can get me directly and have some on your mind and so on. Let me know, please. Okay. Matt, do you bankrupt your person or just let the cards cash out, charge off, and try to put a bankruptcy is a good idea, but here's the thing: it's really not for us. Kind of bankruptcy is cool, not very expensive, but if you look into the rules of it, pretty much, I know in Florida anyway, if you make all these big purchases at the end and stuff, they like want the money back and stuff. It's like, well, guess I won't be doing bankruptcy. You know what I mean? So they can have it's a fine idea. You know what I mean? It costs them not much money, and if the rules and stuff, like I took the time recently to see about bankrupting a person and stuff like that. I called a lawyer here in Florida, and I'm like, no, I got to trust. I was just, and it was a free call. It was like it was a consultation, calling it, and it was like, oh, and it was statewide bankruptcy lawyer, like the biggest crew. I was like, I'll call them. They got like a little line you call is like set up an appointment and check on your bankruptcy. I was like, oh, well, let me ask you some questions. Anyway, oh my God, the most evil lawyer got on and she's like, you have a job? I was like, like all these questions. It was actually really good because she just was like a judge. You know what I mean? Like all the questions you get asked, like, well, because they have to approve your bankruptcy. You can't just go, hey, I can't take that for money. They have all these, if you're a poorly programmed slave, they don't want to give you bankruptcy. You follow me? Like, you build up all your credit, you couldn't pay it back, but you took it all out as cash at the end, and now you have a house in your trust. Like, they're gonna pretty much see right through that, all that stuff. You follow me? And in fact, they created laws, so it's like, you know, hard to do. Um, and so that's why look in your state, you follow me? And look at those rules about what you could do bankruptcy, like, there's certain this amount of money or this percentage and all that stuff. So if you wanna plan to do a bankruptcy, in conjunction with what I'm talking about, be in harmony with those rules of your states and, get a free lawyer call like, "Oh, hey, having trouble paying back my money." Like, double check your findings with a free call, you know what I mean? Like I did. Uh, no way would no, they don't wanna see me at their lawyer's they don't want me there, you know what I mean? Because I was just straight up, "No, I can't pay no money." She just got irate like a judge was. Like, "What? You're supposed to be." And you read their website, it's like, "We advocate for you. We're on your side." You know what I mean? It's just all this absolute BS all at the website. You get on there, it's like, "You what? You can't you can't have a" I was like, "Look, I'm like, this is what's happening. I'm just asking for your opinion on it." Like, "No way you're gonna get bankruptcy," you know? So, I actually see that not as a fine thing. I'm not really into it. Like, maybe now, you know what I mean? Because I spent whatever, like 10 years hunting the bankers up in the courtrooms just to expose the whole system just because I'm like that. And, hey, I'll come at you for free. And they just don't want me doing that, so I got a lot of stuff cleared off credit from doing that, you know? But that's just because they needed it, and I needed to do it to them. But, I don't feel like wasting my time down there much anymore. I've done everything that can be done, exposed everything that there is to expose. So I see it like just, hey, give me a bankruptcy so I can maybe, start building credit earlier for the next time I come through your banker gates and take everything you got. You know what I mean? Because a bankruptcy might allow you to get credit faster, because that's all you want to do is get back in the game and take more of their money, really. That's what credit's for. Thanks for the money. I'll see you when my credit score gets back and I'll get more money. But you don't even need that credit score for the trust. So you're like, a bankruptcy is a fine idea, really. Just follow the rules of the state. Make sure when you knock down your house of cards, you stay within them parameters. Meaning, it might take a couple months, you know what I mean, to build up credit card limits and stuff. So you might need some cashola to be paying them credit cards. You know what I mean? Which now you have because you're doing this over several months. You see what I'm saying? If oh, I can't do it in like 30 days or so, I have to do it over longer. Meaning you could totally trash it. You fill up every credit card you could possibly fill up, and then pay for 2 months on them credit cards or whatever. You know what I mean? Just put that into your financial planning or your timing and everything, and then you would have met the rules of the bankruptcy, and you're like, and you're like, not paying anymore, you know. So you can, you know, get a bankruptcy because everyone that I hear gets bankruptcy, you can get back into your credit earlier than 7 years. You know what I mean? You can get more credit earlier. So it definitely could be a really good idea to do it if you want to go through that work and which why not? You know what I mean? Like you're going through so much work to build your credit and stuff like that. It's always about maximizing kind of like put in your least amount of time, take the most amount of their money. You know what I mean? And so it's once you get into this, you're like, man, getting that giant pile of money was decent. When do I get up this again? You know what I mean? So uh, bankruptcy could get you back in the game faster and take more of their money quicker. If because in this case, like I've worked on clearing 20 plus credit accounts before. Oh my god, they hate my guts. Uh, and after a while, with that many accounts, they don't want to let it all fly. You know what I mean? Ask Kelly. Yeah, Uh, but, a couple, if you haven't done it or post on YouTube and stuff like that, yeah, you can get some of them off of there with, my credit, like, debt forgiveness stuff, which is over on JesusChristTrust.net. Yeah, that works. But if you're playing a big game like this, Matt, that's a really good outcome is to play by the rules for the bankruptcy, pre-plan the bankruptcy. In fact, have already, interviewed the attorneys and picked one, you know what I mean? Before you even mess up your credit. Like, just make it routine, like, "I'm gonna screw you out of your credit and your money during this period of time, and that's when I'll let it go bad, and that'll be my lawyer, and I'll do bankruptcy," and yeah, no, the bank never signs a document. This is literal slavery that we find ourselves under. It's not no one can make a case for anything but slavery that we're under, literally. From the owners, the trustees of the In God We Trust, we're enslaved to those trustees, the devil, right? The devil, right? Lose an eye, become famous. Yay. Uh, everyone is under that slavery until you sign out with this trust, and then, you know, assets in the trust can't be touched or something out with the devil. So, hey. So, I mean, Jesus didn't get pissed so much, did he? So if you're not doing this, are you Christian? No, not in my opinion. Not if you're not going out to bankers. He ain't. You're like wallflower Christian. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You're not going out to bankers? What are you? Oh, you're one of them. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, what's in you? Do you have a heart? Do you have a mind? Do you have any courage? Is there anything in there? You know what I mean? Like, you're just gonna punch a clock and do your 40 hours and that's your life and check out and flatline. That's them, you know? I don't even what are they? Right? Ugh, they're scary, that crew. No, so no, that's a good question, Matt. Like, the way you started this off and, in another vein too, we might as well mind this vein a little bit, like, uh, another way to go, right? If you're maybe, maybe, okay, I should talk about this, maybe it let's just say, um, if you wanted to pay cash for a house later and got a mortgage first, you know what I mean? Let's say, like, you need a mortgage, and people are using the trust, it's like, "Now I have no tax returns, I can't give me a mortgage." It's like, "What do you mean you don't have any tax returns? If you need tax returns, I can't make tax returns for free on Credit Karma, and can't you make any tax forms you need? What are you talking about?" You know? You're like, "Yeah, but I need to file this stuff." So whatever, file any tax forms you need to get in other words, go to the mortgage people, a few of them, and see what forms they need, and then get them to them. You know? They have to go to the IRS, or you getting them from the IRS, or how do you get them? Because you can just make up any tax returns and give them to it and whatever. Here you go. If they need to be they have to be from the IRS, as you said. I mean, you can try a lender and see if they check the IRS. Well, yeah, maybe I didn't give it to them after all. I don't know. They used to work just fine. I don't know, it might work for some lenders just fine. But let's think, "Oh, well, I need them to go to the IRS and blah, blah." Okay, well, how many they usually like, "Well, I need 2 years of tax returns." Okay, we could do 2 years of tax returns, file them, right? File them, get them, whatever. Here's everything official, file with the IRS, all that crap. You can do that. Get your mortgage or have the paperwork. You could also amend those 2 years of taxes to, "Whoops, I messed up. It's 0. Here you go. I messed up on those tax forms. I thought I had all these things, but it turns out I don't. 0, refile." What are they gonna do, a audit when your person don't have anything? What the hell? They're thieves. Why would thieves come to steal from someone that has nothing? They know what's in everybody's person's bank account at all moments, so, ah, what do they care? And they're like, "Oh, we can't steal from them." That's all, you see? So, well, could get a mortgage too if you need some pieces of paper. I like to get them their pieces of paper. Here you go. Because really, what's your estimated tax? Well, I don't know. Here's my estimate. It's going to match what I need for my mortgage. So that's my estimate. Why you're estimating in the past or the future? Accounting information is pro forma or what they call actual or real. Pro forma is like an estimate. But really, when once you think about all accounting information, which is application, right? A tax is just some accounting information, right? So tax form. So it's an estimate. It's like you know you can't get every little detail right, so it's an estimate. So estimate in your favor. I estimate it's going to be what my mortgage company needs. Boom. You know, that's my estimate. Match. Wow, that's funny. It's not illegal to do that. It's just an estimate. So. And you say, "What? My estimate was wrong." 0. That happens. Wow. But I estimated I was gonna do that because I estimated I would have the ability to pay this mortgage, and I do. Ching, chong, boom, boom. There go all the credit cards, turn into cash, mortgage paid off. Oh, Alan is I didn't know Alan is saying, if you ever talk to this guy, woo, smartest one in the room. Yikes. Alan. John, I just liquidated an IRA with about 3,300. Okay. Without any tax withholdings or the 10% penalty. Good. And I tried to make the trust beneficiary. Okay. And was just going to distribute the trust, but the IRA was managed through a fiduciary and they wouldn't let me distribute to the trust. So I said, fine, just send me a check for the full. And there you go. Will the debt savior package help with the IRS? Yeah. No, 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 no. You don't gotta worry about that stuff, man. IRS ain't gonna send nothing. And if they send something, who cares? They never will follow up, but they're not gonna send anything. No, 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 no. Dude, no. Man, you're careful. Uh, no, that's why you don't have anything in your person. Good that you got the remaining thing out. No, no, no. Yeah. No, you're right. There's nothing they can get, right? It's gone. And you're so, I mean, think about this, like, Alan didn't type all this, but let's go through this with me because he's talking about his IRA, nothing to collect, exactly. But this is our wise Alan here. He did everything else, right? He did everything else that he had to do financially, so the trust, like, everything, you know what I mean? Nothing in his person, and I know I don't have to ask, but you tell me if I'm wrong, Alan. But I say, if you have any like IRA or any of these accounts with assets in them that are taxable and stuff, wait till last, right? And then everything's set up, trust set up, everything's done. You just drop in your IRA money or Roth IRA, whatever, right? Drop that into your trust, like you ended up doing your way. And then what? It was the last asset. You follow me? There's no more assets in the person. So what's the IRS gonna come after? You follow me? They know what's in the bank accounts, they know what's in every person's everything. They know. So, yeah, it was the last thing. I know. I'm telling you, I know he did it the right way. Alan is my god, you know, Alan is so intelligent, it's ridiculous. It's like, "Oh my god, it's Alan. He's gonna be super smart." I didn't know until I talked to him, but wow. But no, you really and you double check everything as you go, after you did it and everything, you were man. Anyway, well done, you did exactly right, they're not coming for anything because they're the one that issued the EIN for your trust. They know You know what's up. They may be like, "Oh, send him a collection letter," because they can read your mind. It's like, "I think he's still concerned. Let's send him a letter, maybe we get some money out of him." You know what I mean? They might do that. They did that to me, man, 10 years ago or something. I don't know. You owe taxes on you know, the person's credit card money you took. I was like, "I don't have anything, so there there you go. You won't be getting any money." And I even called them, and I was like, I don't have any money, so you're not getting any money. I have no bank account, I have nothing." You know what I mean? Like, they're like, "Click." You know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to get your money, and they're like they wanna get you riled, and then, if you call and interact, then you still have assets in your purse, and you're like, "Oh, no, they're gonna take my blood." Well, if you don't have anything to take, I'll let you know. "Can't get blood from a stone. Okay, see ya." No, great question, and, man, are you a great double checker and get everything right? Man, this guy's great. I love it. Oh, so good. Fantastic question. Good work. Well planned. Dots every I, crosses every T, gets us on the right way. You're inspiring. Thank you. You really are. You inspired me to be more careful with everything. Like, you're so detail oriented. It's magnificent to interact with someone at your level. But really, you're so good. Anyway, uh, great question. Yeah, no, you're in the clear. In the clear, did it right, got the money, da da da. Hooray! Super well done. So I don't know. I kind of feel like covered the main points of buying, spending cash for a house. Thank you. All the knowledge comes through mentoring, but it does. But boy, you what's something that Noodle allows you to really apply them very well. Thank you very much. But you, I mean, it's not, it's new information, and you gotta reorganize your thoughts and stuff like that. I mean, but you're so intelligent. It's like, well, it's in your stuff. I just did it. I mean, smart guy, really. Thank you. And everyone else in here is really super intelligent too. Nothing against you all. You are very to be here and doing this work. Nothing against anyone else. It's just everyone doing this is hyper intelligent to see through, their BS to reality. And, like, decide, oh, I'm worth at least them. You know, I can do what they do. So good for you all. Thomas. I have a house, but it needs to be renovated. I would like to build credit to use the funds to re-up my house. There you go. You follow? Same deal. Um, yeah, it could do that, right? Why not? Same deal. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Uh, and I feel you because that's what happened around here lately. You know what I mean? Like this air conditioner got in here from some credit stuff. Like you can buy other assets. Like you can pre-plan. This is a good one actually. This is a good topic there you brought up. Because if you're pre-planning to rehab your house and do this, you're like, okay, well, let me run up the bills for getting it planned, and however you're gonna do it, whatever, on your credit cards, and you're building them, and you're paying them some cash, you know, to do it. But you can sort of pay out a bunch of credit cards doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like you could buy materials, like they're not going to cut you out for that. You're not trying to use pay to pay yourself. Like if you're out there shopping at stores and buying building materials, they're not going to cut off your credit at all. They're going to be like, "Yeah, you sucker," and you're like, "Yeah, sucker, right back at you." Uh, no, that's actually much easier, to do because you're like, "Okay, I need these materials from Home Depot," or whatever. You like chug, 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 "Thanks, Home Depot. I got a 25K tip." You just use every inch of their credit and everything else to get, like, Amex will let you buy gold coins, so they'd be a perfect one, and you're like, "Okay, I gotta put this X down on a contract or whatever as a prepay, get somebody who's been in business, like, 30 years." estimate and their plans and stuff like that, like, you can prepay a lot of that stuff with credit cards, so you can really, that's a in a way sort of easier to do because you're not trying to get maximized cash out of it. You have all these avenues where you can easily swipe your credit card to get your renovation done. You're paying a vendor, "Oh, hey, send me an invoice," electronic. Paid in full, baby. You know what I mean? So, absolutely. Yeah, that's it's actually easier, you know what I mean? So, easier in that you may be able to get to maximize all your credit limits easier because of you're shopping at stores, you're paying, like, vendors, contractors, stuff like that through the credit cards. It's, like, totally much more of a natural outflow of credit card payments, you know what I mean? Doesn't pull red flags on it as easy. And so, yeah, you can easily do that, you know? Yeah, totally. Great question. Really, I mean, these are some great videos we make earlier, because, man, like, having really intelligent people in here that made this help me to be members, really, really asked the right questions. I'm glad I picked this topic, uh, a lot of good thoughts, everything. Thank you. All right. Anybody else working on something outside of that topic? If they have something on their mind, I'm happy to roll it or whatever. I just got they posted, I forget if I posted, but I just got I recommend this to you before for the, the credit building information, but my FICO form is just really good for getting up to date, business credit, uh, creditors info. Uh, is it a good idea to have an EIN and a CPN number? Uh, CPN or house numbers. So yeah, no. Yeah, you need an EIN with a trust. Yes, you have to do that. Your trust has an EIN. Once you get a trust, everything I say, yeah, you get an EIN with your trust. We teach you how to do that. If you don't have a trust, I can't help you with any of this that I talk about. None of your assets are safe until you get a trust. So follow those methods. Nothing will be safe. You can't do anything about what I'm talking about. You just can't, because you have your person, and this is the thing that they created, that you trust you created. So everything's safe over here. It's not yours, your trustee. So everything's at risk over here, the person. But this becomes your vacuum cleaner, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take all your stuff. I'm going to put all the assets over here. Oh, God, how do you like that? You see, so can't really help you until you have a trust. CPN numbers, 100% fake. They're using them as fake. Uh, they just raise a red flag with the IRS, like, oh, here's an idiot listening to internet stuff with no proof and no outcomes. I'm the only, I mean, this is an ego, okay? I'm the only financial expert that exists in any country, anywhere, that shows proof of my own work and has testimonials of students doing the same thing. Literally, I'm the only human that does that. You'll never find proof of anyone's outcomes or their students' outcomes anywhere, not ever. You'll never find it. I've looked for over a decade. I gave up that video, never found it. So all those ideas are based on fairy tales. Right? They have ideas of tales, but here's the thing: if someone has something to teach you that's useful, they go, "Yeah, here's what I did. Right? Here's what I did. I got the money. I got this. Right? Here's what I did. It's the proof of it, not just here's what I like the proof of what they did. Like I've been doing it for decades. And then second second thing they do. First they show the proof. Second thing that they liars do it, this is what all the on the internet, everything, right? They only do the second part. Here's how you do blah, blah, blah. It's like, wait a second, you didn't do it. You forgot the first step where you did it. You see, they never have that proof. In fact, we've been so trained by these liars to never even look for the proof first. You see what I'm saying? We just look for who has the best story. Why? Because they're all storytellers. It's just stories. None of it's true. None of it's true. So that's the foundation of why you ask me that question. Because you heard of it with no proof. So give up on fairies and give up on fairy tales. I I exist in a human form and I'm alive. And I got proof that I've been doing and I've been proving it for decades. Anyone else on the internet can even prove they physically exist in reality, or they just overly right in the second world. They don't even have that level of proof, and I don't. I would guess 99% of anyone with more viewers, like YouTube, I guess, I don't even know if any of them actually are or not. And you don't know either. So why are you listening? You follow me? For real. You did get a bundle package, good. You need to understand how to fill out the privacy form. Yeah, what are you talking about? Email us and get in the classroom. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Excuse me, in your login, have Thomas, in your login, you go to the school, right? There it says the classroom. And you create a separate login and you go in there, and that's a student forum, only students, and I'm the only moderator. If you have any question, you go in there, you type it in, you take photos, links, everything, forms, any photos, everything. You put everything in. I'll answer any question you have in a super timely manner too. And you get other people's feedback. Maybe that it does something you're interested in doing in your state or whatever. So a whole bunch of smart people in there like in here. Okay, so get in there. Number one. Number two, write me an email. Come on, man. What? You got a question on how to open your trust? Come on. I want your trust open. So do you. Email us. Any questions you have, contact us at createacademy.org. It's so basic for that. I don't even know what you're talking about. So email us or best get into class or get into that word and ask me directly. Follow me. Because you can't put everything in here. You see what I'm saying? Go with that form. It's free. And come with your login. Go in there. Any question, anytime you have a question, boom, you're in there. You ask me. Okay? That's the best way because I can move anyone forward super quickly and just answer a question like that. See, it's been such a great tool since we were able to get that for our students. You really don't need my time on Zoom or like this, really. A lot of times I'm saying get in the classroom, people get in there. Oh my God, you know, ask a question, that's it. I'll see you next time they got a question. That was so good. It's such a good tool. I really, I need you to get in there. Some of my I'm sorry. Plus, you know, I work is hard. They always want to test with my internet connection. I have the highest internet connection I can get. Still, I apologize. It's not the equipment or whatever. It's always that. So my apologies. You know, you know, I apologize. They're always trying to mess up my stuff. You know, hard to tell them the truth. Uh, sorry. So I said email us at contact@libertyacademy.org. Email or get in the forum. That's the best way. That it says classroom in your login. It's a separate login. Get in there. I'm the moderator. It's a private forum. Just student for the school. Get in there. Ask me any question. I'll help you get your trust open, okay? Either way, let's get your trust open ASAP, okay? That's so good. Can't do anything without that. So we already, you know, come on. I'm here to help. Okay, email, let's get this done. For real. Nobody, I don't want nobody, I don't, yeah, no, please, please. We're here to help you, okay? This all starts with get your trust open, and then you do everything after that. No, this is for real. Don't stop because of any reason. Email, classroom. Let's keep moving, okay? Everyone. And there are people that, I go on YouTube and stuff like, "Hey, get in the classroom, students," it's really important, uh, that everyone gets to even, Kelly recently, "You have a what?" I was like, "Yes." She got in there recently, you know what I mean? So, even some longtime people aren't even taking advantage of it because they don't know about it. But it's been around for more than a year. There's so much information in there. It's really great, because someone like, hyper smart like Alan is there, just to the level of detail of information on the topic he made me focus on is, you know, amazing. So I'm saying get in there, we can definitely help you. And even if you just email, we get you trust us, but still get in there, for the other work you're gonna do. Okay? Everyone. All right. Well, we're coming up on an hour and everyone has super good stuff. Thank you. I'll be here next Thursday, 7 p.m. Okay? We'll do it again. Thanks for supporting the school. I'm here to support you. For the people that donated over the church, Ally, you especially, extremely meaningful. I really, can't do it without donations. Like, your donation was extremely meaningful. Everyone else has donated too. But I mean, this work is hard. It is, and to get support from people out there, especially ones are really, you know, doing the work and really smart and really invested in their own life, to get support from you. Seriously, I know I said it a few times, but I just can't thank you. I really do. And everyone has supported, the schools of the city, and so really everyone, thank you, because I'm not able to continue this work unless, and we're a pretty thin margins here, I'm going to say, but the bankers help by paying up off of credit cards and whatnot, and EBT and da da da. In fact, we lowered the bundle package to more affordable. So, tell everyone, please post on social media. Like, if you're going to pay Zelle or Cash App or Shop Pay, the you could get the Keg Mastery bundle for 9.97 if you do one of those paper ones. Come on, right? Seriously, is that the bargain of a lifetime? I know it is. So let everyone know, please, about that because I know you got the knowledge, but we're trying to help other people. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Get in the forum, get in the classroom, and if you got anything that comes up, I'm in there. Okay. Any successes too? Hey, guess what I did? Boom. That's great to have it there too. Come on. I love that. That's my baby. That's my close there too. All right, people. Have a wonderful week.